Hello, everyone, anyone. If you're new, welcome and thank you for stopping by. If you're returning, I appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate everyone who comes and hangs out a bit. So, we're here for DAX to be a man, which was also suggested. And all the songs I do come from the comment section. They're all suggestions. So I just did very recently my very first song, Narcissist by DAX, and wanted to hear more from him. So I just pulled this off the list from the suggestions. I did pull up the official music video, so hopefully that's the right one. And y'all, if you have suggestions, if you put a link with it, that will be helpful for me, just so that I don't screw it up and get like a weird edited or censored version or something like that. So I hope I've got the right one here. To be a man. Okay, all right. DAX, to be a man. Let's have it.
I can't hide myself. I don't expect you to understand. I just hope I can explain what it's like to be a man. It's a lonely road, and they don't care about what you know. It's not about how you feel, but what you provide inside that home. Yeah, I know this life can really beat you down. You wanna scream, but you won't make a sound. Got so much weight that you've been holding, but won't show any emotion. As a man that goes unspoken, that we can't cry when life gets hard. Unconditional loves for women, children, and dogs. We know that we just have to play our parts, and don't nobody give a damn about our broken hearts. Yeah, as a man we
Sorry, I know that's a bad pause and I'll go back, but what he's saying is, I mean, it's unfortunately, in a lot of cases, I can't speak for everyone. I just know from what I see, I have eyes, and then also what I just have experienced in my own life. I mean, what he's saying is very real for a lot of men. Can't cry, can't show emotion. That goes unspoken, he says. And that's so true. Not being allowed to cry, not being allowed that release of emotion, or it's so tough. And what matters is what you provide in the home, is what he's saying. No one cares about our broken hearts. Unconditional love are for women, children, and dogs, he says. No one cares about the man's broken heart. Okay, let's keep going.
We know that we just have to play our parts, and don't nobody give a damn about our broken hearts. Yeah, as a man we gotta pave our way. Our only function is to work and slave. There's no respect for you if you ain't paid. You're disregarded as a human and you can't complain. And if you ever make it up and actually reach that place and find a woman that you love and give her your last name, you'll feel the things that you provide is only why she stays. And when you try to explain, you'll say, I can't hide myself. I don't expect you to understand. I just hope I can explain what it's like to be a man. It's a lonely road, and they don't care about what you know. It's not about how you feel, but what you provide inside that home. Don't give up, keep fighting. As a man, our sun is our horizon, and our father's actions play a role, and we end up like them. So they can't let us see them hurt, cause we'll embody what they do and start a generational curse. No wonder most men are so depressed, all the things that they can't express. They go to war, get thrown on the shelf, then go back to war with their mental health, then grab that bottle and ask for help, try to pull themselves out of hell, then fall back down and then realize that they're gonna have to do it themselves. It's the circle of life. As a man you provide, they don't know what you're worth till the day that you die, and that's when they start crying. Then move on to a man to confide in. That's why we feel we can't hide ourselves. We don't expect you to understand. We just hope we can explain what it's like to be a man. It's a lonely road, and you don't care about what we know. It's not about how we feel, but what we
I almost forgot I need to pause, or it will block it, or I'll need to cut out a big section of it. I hope that doesn't happen. It's just talking about how I'm feeling like his emotional state, his feelings are disregarded. All that matters is what he can provide, and I feel like that still goes on today. I don't want to get into, modern relationships versus traditional relationships. And honestly, I don't care who anybody loves. People can love who they love and have whatever type of relationship works for them. But I gotta say again, from my personal experience, okay, which could be very different from your personal experience, a lot of men feel this way and struggle with legit mental illness because they've been bottling things up for so long. And there was a part that really got to me where he talked about, we send our men to war and they fight that war, and then they come home and they fight the war of mental health, and they do it by themselves. What I will say is I think that there is better understanding for PTSD and things like that, but yeah, the number of veterans who end themselves every day, I believe the number is 21 veterans a day. And that just goes to show you that they came home and lost the emotional battle that became a mental health battle, because it's always like, man up, adapt and overcome, make it work, figure it out. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's just keep going here.
We just hope we can explain what it's like to be a man. It's a lonely road, and you don't care about what we know. It's not about how we feel, but what we provide inside that home. Inside that home. It's not about how we feel, but what we provide inside that home. Inside that home.
Mm. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's talking, you know, forthcoming from his perspective, right? Or from his experience, his life, that a man's worth is determined by what he can provide inside the home, and his feelings don't matter. And in fact, he has to hide his feelings, especially if he's a father. He doesn't want to pass, his whatever onto his children and start some type of generational curse. And let me tell you, fathers have that fear of fathers want to break cycles that they experienced in their childhood that were negative or traumatic every bit as much as mothers do. Now, I'm speaking in broad terms, obviously. I mean, not every man even cares to be a part of their child's life. So you get all kinds. You get all kinds of mothers too, by the way. But men do feel this way. And so could you imagine being a man that feels this way and something happens, like they go to war and they get injured, and then they come home and they can't work anymore. They can't be a provider anymore. And the sense of worth, self-worth, that can really take hits just over and over and over again. And if nothing else, you got to talk about it. I mean, and he's just saying just so plainly that so many men feel like they can't talk about their feelings, that in fact no one cares about their feelings. It's not what a man doesn't cry, in that whole boys don't cry growing up thing, you got to be tough, you got to suck it up. I feel like in some situations, yeah, you got to be tough, you got to just suck it up. Life hands you some shitty cards sometimes, and you just got to plow through and make the best of it. And that happens to men and women. So I mean for humans, for humankind, life hands you shit sometimes, and you got to get the shovel and you got to get your way out of it. Wow. I mean, he's a great vocalist too. And he was singing a lot of that song. And just the imagery in the video was really powerful as well. Mm. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's a tough song, y'all. I mean, it's a tough song. Thank y'all so much who suggested that. Thank y'all so much who made it this far in the video. Wow, DAX, okay. All right, you're here. Wow, all right, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next. Hello again, everyone. So, I just did my reaction to DAX to be a man, and I'm probably going to cut out a lot of it because what place do I have to really speak on the matter, except for my own personal experiences and what I've seen and heard. But I just wanted to give a little update, just because this was a hard-hitting song for me for reasons that, again, I can't really say because it's not my story to tell. So I went and watched probably 4 or 5 other reactors reacting to this song, To Be a Man, male reactors. And most of them like broke down in tears listening to this song. So I mean, there are stereotypes placed on everybody. And this song is really pointing out certain stereotypes that can be placed on men, especially about bottling up feelings and sharing feelings. And the one reactor, who I won't mention, made a comment like, you may even get to a place where you share your feelings, and then you wonder, is that person even listening, or is that person taking it all in and going to use it against you later? So it's just, I just wanted to give that update because I wanted to get an unbiased male perspective on the song, and I did that. And all of the different reactors that I watched, in some capacity, the majority of them felt very connected to this song and felt very similarly in their own life to having these kinds of pressures and having these kinds of anyway, I don't know. I just wanted to give that little update because I try to be respectful, and I don't listen to this song and say these things to disrespect women in any way, shape, or form. This song has nothing to do with women. This is a song about how men feel in their lives. So, no disrespect intended towards anybody. I think it's a song to start a discussion about stereotypes, about things, what's outdated, what needs to change, that sort of thing. Because it's still going on, clearly, for many men out there. All right. So I'm really done this time. Thank you all, and I'll see you in the next one.